Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great weekend. We are talking all about relationships and today we're focused on our words. So something my kids say all the time is sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. We know that's not true. We know sometimes words really hurt the heart and that can hurt far more. So let's dig in today about the power of our words and how that might be impacting our relationships. So number one, let's talk about venting. So this is really just a euphemism for complaining or grumbling or griping about your circumstances. And it's become kind of commonplace, like, oh, I just needed to vent, or this person's gonna let me vent. But as we've said before, your brain is so powerful and it's always listening. Your subconscious is tuning into what you say to know what is most important to you. And then it's scanning your environment and filtering out what it thinks is unimportant to you and will really present you evidence that confirms what you've said aloud. So if you're fond of saying, I'm so sick and tired of cleaning this house, your brain will be sure to highlight to you every time you do any cleaning in your house to confirm that yes, you should feel sick and tired. So be really careful with those words that you're sharing when you're venting that seem harmless or seems like it's getting it off your chest. No, it's calling attention to it in your brain and will just keep reviving and strengthening that statement that you made. So watch out for the venting. Number two, toxic talk. So sometimes we fall into the habit of, if we're in a situation and we're having a discussion with someone else, and we might start talking badly about others or putting others down who are not present. And this is such a tough thing. And honestly, there's usually one thing behind it, and it's our own insecurity. So if we feel pressured in the moment or with that particular person, am I going to have something clever, authentic to say? Can I be genuine and just be me? And would that be enough? Or is it not enough to impress that person? I know if I put down someone else, maybe I'll look better. We know that doesn't work. We know the person on the receiving end is likely thinking to themselves, I wonder what she's saying about me when I'm not with her. So it's not a good look. If you're tempted to do it, remember why you're going there. And hey, a better thing to do is if you're feeling unsure about what to share, just listen. Listen to the other person. That's a far better approach in having healthy conversations in your relationship. So watch that toxic talk. And then number three, lashing out. So if you find yourself having an emotional outburst or yelling at a particular situation or behavior from someone else in your relationship, be careful. As we've said, usually the behaviors in others that really tend to be a trigger for us to elicit this emotional response that doesn't really seem even with the offense, if you will, it's usually triggering you because it's a behavior that frustrates you about yourself. So check yourself to see, is that something that I do? Is that something that I've been doing to myself? Before you have that explosive outburst. And it's almost like honing a skill and building a muscle of just before you feel yourself about to explode, you're about to have that Hulk moment, stop yourself and get curious about what just happened. And is this really about this person in this moment? Or is there something deeper here? Because there usually is. And that's why you're feeling so emotional about it. So there you have it. 3 things to look out for in your words and your relationships. It's the venting, the toxic talk, and the lashing out. And before we close, I'm going to share with you, I know in my kids' school, they use the acronym, before you speak, think. So is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? And is it kind? If it meets any of those criteria, okay, you might be in the clear. If not, keep it to yourself. And something that we use in my workplace, which you may have heard before you send an email or a text or you're doing something on social media, think to yourself, if this was published on the front of the newspaper for all to see with your name, would you be proud of it? So use these same filters when you're speaking to those that you love, that you know, or even acquaintances, any relationships that you're in. Use that criteria to check and see, is this something that's going to give grace to the other party? Because I know that's your aim. So I'm wishing you all the best in your relationships until we speak again.